The rally in Neiro does not stop. Now, which Neiro? There's actually two Neiros on Ethereum. We talked about the larger one before on this channel. Let's talk about the smaller one because potentially there's more upside here, right? Smaller market cap means potentially more growth. Now, here's the Neiro with larger market cap, which interestingly enough has a lower price. So it's at a market cap of 900 million. It's up 107% this week. It's got a price of 0.2 cents, but there's also a Neiro that's worth 11 cents and it only has a market cap of 110 million. And it also almost doubled this week. Now, I've talked about the larger of the two Neiros on this channel before. The first video was published 3 weeks ago. That was when the price was at 0.08 cents. And since then, we went up by more than 150%. But here's the thing, the Neiro with the larger market cap might not have that much more upside potential, right? When you're already at $1 billion, then after a 4x, you'd already be flipping Pepe and be among the top 3 meme coins. So it's highly unlikely we're going to see another 10x in the larger Neiro, but it might be possible for the smaller Neiro. Just for your reference, the larger Neiro has a contract address starting with 812 and the smaller one starts with XEE. Now, as usual, we are not going to go through the website because we want to look at on-chain analytics. We want to find out who's actually buying and selling here. So the smaller of the two Neiros has currently 21,000 holders on Ethereum. It's got 48,000 followers on Twitter and it's got 22 subscribers to the Telegram. Now let's look into those on-chain holders in a bit more detail. On the left side, we've got the number of wallets that have at least 10,000 Neiro tokens. So at the current price, that's a bit over $1,000. And that's what I'd consider a retail. There's currently 2,500 such wallets. So it's still roughly the top 10% of all of holders, but still the majority of holders don't really move the price, right? If you're buying or selling $100 worth of this token, nothing's going to happen. For the chart in the middle, we go another 10x in minimum holding. So that's now $11,000 worth of the token. On the right, we go another 10x. So that's now $110,000 worth of the token. Now those charts aren't necessarily that great, right? We see accumulation up until the middle of August. That's for small retail. That's also for medium-sized retail. The whales are already selling off since the end of July. And so we can see this in the price as well. When accumulation stops, the price tends to not rally that much anymore. And even though we still saw some accumulation until the middle of August, the selling by the whales already took over here. And then the price went down by another 50% roughly. Let's just have a look at the last month though. Here are the same kind of charts, but just for the last month, we see constant selling by small retail, also by medium-sized retail. And while there is a bit of accumulation happening since the 10th of October, so in the last 2 days, that's restricted to the smaller wallets. It doesn't happen for the very large ones. And so yes, the small wallets are now creating the current rally. But isn't that fascinating? Isn't it interesting that the number of investors is going down on chain while the price still stays somewhat stable, right? This is quite a lot of recovery in the price, given that the number of holders isn't really going up that much, relatively speaking. So it appears as if there is buying pressure from somewhere else as well. And I think I found that buying pressure. It seems to come from the centralized exchanges. So what I think is going on is that people want to buy this large Neiro token. They search for Neiro in their centralized exchange. They end up buying the other Neiro without knowing. And that's then how the smaller of the two Neiros gets accumulated by those centralized exchanges. We've got a lot of holding by Bybit, also by BitGet, also by MEXC, and also by Gate.io. And so let's look at the balance development of those wallets. Here's the Bybit wallet, constant accumulation. Here's the BitGet wallet, not that different. Here's the Gate.io wallet, and this is MEXC. And so it seems that on-chain, there was a lot of new users coming in on the 16th of September. And relative to existing traders, there was a lot of trading happening on the 23rd of September. But on-chain, we don't really see a lot happening on those 2 days. And again, I believe this is because of the centralized exchanges that are involved in the smaller Neiro. So it seems like there's a lot of upside potential for the smaller Neiro because the market cap is smaller, but I don't really see that much accumulation, unfortunately. It looks like all of this is driven by people confusing the tokens. And that confusion seems to be made easier when buying on centralized exchanges, when people simply just search for the ticker symbol. Because the small Neiro and the big Neiro both have the same ticker symbol. Now this channel has a premium community, and in there we discuss Neiro as well, we discuss various altcoins, and we track what other influencers are doing. For example, Crypto Banter and Kyle Chessy bought a lot of Neiro back in July, end of July. And that was before the token was even listed on CoinMarketCap. Those kind of people have a lot of influence, right? Crypto Banter has 1.1 million subscribers. Kyle Chessy has 130,000 subscribers, but still, he can definitely move markets. And that's why we track those wallets and we discuss those transactions. So if you're looking for meme coin opportunities, if you want to be early, if you want to buy with those other market movers, then feel free to check out Premium. And in case your portfolio isn't yet large enough to justify the cost, there's also a free Telegram. Link is as well down below. Looking very much forward to chatting with you over there as well. Cheers.